but never forgive, never forget. Twisted thoughts run through my head. They used to diss, now show respect. Still show 'em disrespect. Not that type to pout and pose, boy. And I pose a threat. Say how it is, my mouth has no filter. Still yelling no effect.
Hey guys, Steve here from Muscle Talks podcast. Before we jump into the podcast, some big news. Our own training app. Together with Reese Price, a well-renowned trainer, also bodybuilder and competitor, together we've collaborated to put together this program called BILT. It's for beginners. It's for those that are starting out, who haven't been around for a while, who want to re-engage but don't know where it all started and how it begins. Very simple programs, home, office, outdoors, even the gym. This training program is amazing. So if you haven't been to the gym for a while, you're looking to get started, you want a friend to come and join, be part of this gym community, this program is what you want to give them. This is what you want to start with. So I'm not going to go on any further. You know where to find it. Let's get back to what we do best, and that's Muscle Talks Podcast.
I mean, my friends just hit me up and told me, like, let's go riding. It's a beautiful day. And I drove to get my bike. As I got my bike, you know, it's rush hour. So it was a beautiful Wednesday. It was around 3 p.m. I was driving to my friends in a hurry, kind of. Not speeding, but trying to get there because they were like, yo, where are you? We're trying to go. As I was driving, this lady in front of me, she took a left turn, trying to beat the traffic without a signal, and I just ran into her fender. The only thing I remember is seeing her black hair and probably doing the same thing, like, oh crap. And then that's it. I blacked out. They say I flew 30 feet, hit a fence. Rolled into a creek face down and then I woke up the day after everything was done with all these wires all over me. And that's where the journey starts.
He is summer vibes, slip and slides, jet skis, larrikin, cool vibes. Still seemingly the larrikin, 2 wheels, I get it. Possibly a thrill seeker. Now the fight of his life, one that has shown him his might. He's prove you wrong. He's prove you wrong. Not actually you, but he'll prove everyone wrong. Grit, guts, still the thrill seeker. He's once you start, commit on the path. You never go back. Please help me welcome. You got to get up. You got to get up and move. Danny Soltys.
How you guys doing, man? How you guys doing?
Whoa. How are you, man? All right?
I'm good, man. Terrific. You know, I'm better than ever, you know?
Man, I tell you what, your attitude, if you heard me before the podcast, you'd think I should be the one fucking being like, I mean, you have every reason to be pissed off with the world.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it comes and goes, you know, it comes and goes.
It comes and goes, yeah. Tell me, all right, I'm going to start off with a Philippians quote that you've got on your bio, 4:13. It's this is a Philippians quote from the Bible, Chris. It's one of the most well-known testaments, verses, but it also notoriously can be misused. So have a listen. So after telling his audience his experience, both in poverty and affluence, Apostle Paul writes, this is what he writes: I can do all things through him who strengthens me. God is more glorified when we are content in trials than in blessings. How do you read that, Danny?
By Philippians 4:13.
Yes. So it says, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. God is more glorified when we are content in trials than in blessings. How do you read it?
How do you read it?
So what I'm saying is, okay, how do I read it? How do I interpret it? That's the word, interpret. Sorry, I'm talking probably English slang. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So how I interpret it, I'll interpret first then. And then Chris can interpret it. You can interpret. I interpret it that it seems like God, if you want strength, you have to go through him. And to go through him it allows you to be content with your trials than to sit there and be happy with just all your blessings. So in other words, I think that you can only go so far on your, you can only go so far with yourself,
Yeah.
but to go all the way, you need to go with God. You can only be happy so much, but with God, you can be
You can go more.
grateful.
Oh,
Yeah, go
when I
ahead.
read that verse, it whenever I get really down low with just in life, whatever I go through, um I look at that verse. It says, "I can do all things through God who strengthens me." Is we ourselves can do so much, but at that limit, we always get to that point where we can't do anymore. And through
Mm,
God, through my journey that I've been going through for 7 years, is that through God, he can do the impossible, and in my life too, for me to just to be here, sharing my testimony, being alive today, he can do so much more if you give it all to him. And me being in that situation I was after my accident, where I honestly hit rock bottom and thought about, like, man, I literally, who can help me? Like, a person can help me so much, but then they have to do their own things, whatever it is, and
mm,
it all comes down to just being like by myself and just finding like what will get me through these obstacles. And I started just reading the word, and it comes to my eyesight went to, I can do all things through God who strengthens me. Is the the stuff that's impossible, God
mhm,
can make it possible. And that's like for me, where the doctors told me, you won't be ever walking again. You honestly,
mhm,
you're not gonna just be walking. You're not even gonna be sitting on your own. You're gonna be laying for, honestly, for the rest of your life. And on top of that, you will have a catheter for the rest of your life. You will never take that out. Your arms won't move at all. And
A
it really,
catheter is just oh, I know. Is a catheter for breathing?
no, catheter is no, it's
Sorry.
for to urine.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. I
Yeah.
thought, look, I knew it was something stuck up somewhere, but I'm
Well,
not trying to make a
no,
comical,
oh,
but
good,
go
oh, good.
for it.
I love questions. And
Go
I
for it.
did have a tube in my nose too, where the
I saw
doctors,
that too, yeah.
yeah, the doctors told me where you'll never ever eat on your own, because when they had to do surgery, they had to cut um from my neck and my back. That's to cut it, to put the screws and everything. And they said, honestly, he might not even be able to eat again. He'll have a tube for the rest of his life. You'll just have to put like these type of smoothies, whatever it is, and it'll just go into his system. and and it, hearing all these things broke me down. I had, it's not just this depression, but I honestly had suicidal thoughts, where I was
Mm,
like, man, I honestly don't want to be here. This is like, I had something one day, and then the next day I have nothing. And it makes you think how much we take things for granted. Just the simplest things, whether it's brushing your teeth, getting up, put on your shirt,
mm.
to someone having to put the shirt on for you, wake you up, take you out of bed, brush your teeth, feed you. And and that just leads to having my mindset on Philippines 4:13. I can do all things through God who strengthens me, through everything I am doing. Whatever it is, the things that they said I'll never be able to do, I'm doing today.
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, who is following us on all platforms, but especially here on YouTube. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, please, if you could do us a big favor, which helps us reach more people, get better, bigger, greater. We've already had some great guests anyway. Everyone's been a treat. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified every week a new podcast that is launched. And I just want to say a big thank you. But again, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and enjoy watching Muscle Talks podcasts. Were you a religious kid before the incident? I'm sure your parents probably are. I'm sure you come from. What's your religion in Ukraine? I know, like mine is Orthodox. What's yours? Chris is Macedonian. He's Orthodox. What's your one?
I believe I'm Orthodox.
I believe you're probably Orthodox. I think Ukraine's Orthodox too. Russia's Orthodox. I know this war thing disgusting. I'm very upset about it, but I just focus on you right now, and we can. But the thing is, I think you're Orthodox. Did you have God close to you before the accident?
Yeah, I went to church. Went to church on a regular basis every Sunday. I also I did a lot of filming at my church for media. So I like to do content creating. So I did a lot of filming at my church and just on a regular basis going into youth and all that stuff. But as everyone was young, I wasn't 100% with God, when being 17, 16, having those type of friends, whatever it is, So as close as I am today, I wasn't as close as I was before.
Okay, but still, you were there. He kept you close, which is
Yeah.
he kept you close as well for filming. So God said, "I need you to film," and you filmed. So he got you, he had you at the church filming, probably doing something you love, which was
I loved it. I loved to film. Yeah.
Yeah. So he knew you love filming, so he made you film a few things there at church. So I'm going to go with, because we're going to talk more about that, and I've got an amazing story for you, and I'm going to tell you a story when I was 20. And a story when I was your age, 24, 25. All right, I'm going to tell you, but I won't do it right now because I'm sick of listening to my voice. Okay. In one of your posts, there was a voiceover in it, and it says, "So once you start, there's no going back. This means total commitment. Once you begin the path, there's no leaving the path. Are you sure you are ready for this?" So, were you, and what does this all mean? Like, what does it mean? Interpret it for us.
Honestly, I've these 7 years that I've been going through recovery mode, I've put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this journey that looking back, I've gained so much. And just to give up now, it would be the biggest disgrace ever. And knowing that a lot of people count on me to recover or to get back to my potential stable on my feet is like I have to it's like honestly I've gained so much strength and all that. I can't give up now, honestly. And knowing that, like put in all that hard work, everything, and just giving up is it just it's not me, and I want to set an example to the people that you can just keep going, not to give up, even though it's a long road, but at the end of the tunnel there's always light.
Okay, it's amazing. Okay, so just quickly, I thought I'd just say this too. If I bring up anything sensitive, trauma-based, bad feelings, or I seem insensitive, please pull me up. Okay?
Yeah, I'm mostly an open book.
Oh, look at that! We've got fireworks.
Fireworks.
Fireworks went off.
Was it
Oh, if you go like this, you get fireworks. Watch this. Watch. I don't know. Oh, didn't do it.
I don't think you did it. I just came out of nowhere.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Look at this one too. So I know we learned this with Chris. Watch. There you go, man.
So you guys did that to the edit, whatever?
No, you should be able to do it too, I think. Try it. Go like that. Oh, that's... No, just me. Sorry. So yeah, let me know if I say anything out of line. Yeah. So tell me about Danny growing up. What type of personality? Were you a joker, thrill seeker? Were you introvert and extrovert?
Growing up, I was always how would you say, a class clown, I guess. Always wanted to make people laugh, whatever it was, I was definitely an outgoing person for sure. Just love to meet new people and love to get new hobbies, whatever it was. I was a big adventurer too. I love to visit places and to see things like, wow, these things are like whatever it is on TV, and to see in real life, I was so amazed. I was like, wow. Just last week we went to Alabama and went to the NASA place, whatever, the rocket ship, and to see on computers one thing, but when I was there, this rocket was so huge. They say it almost bigger than a football field, lengthwise.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, wow. So I'm a big adventurer person. I love to do just content creating. I was kind of born with it when I was young, just growing up and just loving to film whatever it was.
Chris is very similar, but I get it because I love art. I love creation, and I think filmmaking is quite magical when you actually produce
Yeah,
something that feels like it's got a story, but it can be also frustrating. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree, man.
So
Like a lot of people, go ahead.
sorry, go on.
I agree. A lot of people think that it's just one, two, three, and the video goes out. But like you're repeating the video at least 100 times, getting it perfectly right, whatever it is. And then end of the night, you're sleeping, you hear this video all at nighttime the whole night. So it's a little
Man,
struggle, but it's awesome.
excuse my French because we swear in Australia. Fuck, just me doing stories. Oh my God, and I do it on my iPhone. Chris has
Yeah.
got an amazing setup, but I keep like telling
Um,
him I could do it all on an iPhone, which is bullshit. But anyway, I just
I
pretend.
what does he do it on a camera?
What do you do it on, Chris?
I use Sony cameras.
He used Sony cameras.
For story for like
Um,
for Instagram or for what?
for everything. He uses. Oh, Chris uses the real stuff. I use the crappy stuff. I just pretend.
Hey, I honestly I use my phone too for stories too, but I do want to get to a Sony too or something kind of professional.
Yeah.
But you
Well,
never know. Honestly, it's always the bad qualities get the most views.
oh, tell me about it. I know. I don't know what it is. I think
I don't
sometimes.
know.
Mm,
Sometimes people want just what is that one word?
cheap
Simple, I
shots.
guess. Simple, I guess. I don't know. But
Well, you know what it is. We're all. I think. Look, I think substance is still there, but we are a little bit like we just accept anything, you know. Like, and everyone.
yeah,
Anyway, it is what it is. But still, it's a cool world to be in it, and we just got to always. I think something. Look, something you're doing right now is regardless what you're doing, just be the best at it. We can all be average. There's plenty of average, but there's only a few that can make it amazing or be amazing, like
yeah.
yourself, getting to this
Well,
point.
I'm trying to make it,
You are. So you grew up in Seattle, yeah?
Yes, grew up in
So
Seattle.
tell me about Seattle. Sell it to us. Sell me Seattle.
Yeah, I don't let's just say it's a beautiful place. It rains a lot.
Mm.
There's lots of mountains to hike if you love hiking. In the summer, it's 10 out of 10 from I'm guessing May to September. It's beautiful. 10 out of 10. Lots of beautiful things to do here, as in seeing the city or going hiking or just visiting new just places around here. But for the most part, in the fall, it's beautiful. A lot of colors, a lot of leaves falling, whatever it is. But it rains a lot here, so it's cloudy here. It's rainy for the most part, but it is beautiful.
Okay, then what about California? Sell it to
Cal-
me.
California is beautiful, but I only visit there once in a while. Like I'm born in Seattle and mainly lived here, but I only go there a couple times, not like frequently that I know as much. All I know is it's hot there. But
Is it like the song says? I wish they all could be California girls.
no, it's
I
already
wish
like my
they all could be
I don't know if I heard that
California
I don't know
girls.
if I heard that song.
You haven't heard that song? Have you heard
No.
that song? You guys,
Is
I'm
it a
trying to work out who's the singer. The singer is, oh, 1 second, mate.
I can
Let me
find
get
what
off
was
play mode. The
California
song
Girl?
is I Wish They All Could Be California Girls. I'll get it up. 1 second. Let me look it up too.
Katy Perry or no?
No. She did sing it, but not the original. I wish they all
Beach
could.
Boys.
The Beach Boys sung it, and also David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth, he took it to another level. Yeah, that one.
Oh,
You're old enough to look at David Lee Roth. Watch his film clip. Then you'll
I have.
understand what I'm California Girls.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Yeah. Never, but I haven't heard of him. You got to check it out.
that. Okay. So you played soccer growing up, yeah?
Yes.
Why?
What was that?
No. Well,
No,
you
go ahead.
played soccer, and I know in America, NFL, NBA, baseball is pretty big. What made you play soccer?
Honestly, it was just when I was young. I did love I loved what's it called? Sports. But when I was young, I mean, my mom just put me into soccer and fell in love with it. It was great. But I also really love football. So like right now, if I had the chance to go back to high school, whatever it was, I would definitely play football for sure. But
NFL? Is that what you're talking about? NFL?
yeah, NFL football, yeah.
Who's your
'Cause I-
team in NFL?
who's our Seattle Seahawks? I don't know if you know.
Hey, I think someone maybe want to go for them, Seattle Seahawks. I think
Seattle
someone tried to convince me
To what? To
to go for Seattle Seahawks.
yeah, they won Super Bowl in 2014 or 13. You guys don't watch football like that, right? No.
We don't watch NFL. No, we watch rugby league. Do you know rugby league?
Yeah, I know rugby league. Yeah, they like catch and like fight for it.
Yeah. We wrestle each other to the ground. You know?
Yeah.
We don't wear helmets. We don't wear anything.
Yeah, what about pads?
No, man, nothing. We just bash
Oh,
each
no.
other.
It's
Nothing.
dang.
Mate, we got to wrestle fucking kangaroos and crocodiles here, mate. Even the koalas are fucking tough.
Really?
Nah, just joking.
I mean, I would believe it, honestly.
Oh yeah, I could make you believe anything. I could pretend that I've just wrestled a fucking croc, but I haven't really. I haven't.
I would believe it, honestly.
Going by your social media, I said to you, what's your style of content? That's one. I was asking Chris this question last night. What's your style of content that you do? Because you seem like you do funny stuff, vlogs, but also do you like Mr. Beast? Are you a Mr. Beast fan? Who is your YouTubing favorite?
My YouTubing people. I do love making funny content for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love making cinematic content. I love making motivational content. But a lot of my inspiration are people that achieve greatness in life. There's so many. Bradley Martin. I don't know if you know Bradley Martin.
Bradley Martin, yes.
Yeah.
Is that what's it called? His station, Chris? Something
He's
raw?
Raw Talk.
Raw Talk. Yeah. I know Bradley Martin.
Yeah, Raw Talk. I talked to him a couple times on messages, but him, the thing is, I don't know if you know Jake Paul.
Yeah, we know Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, he could be a hated person, all that stuff, but his inspiration, I don't know, his inspiration, whatever he does as in working out, getting ready for a boxing match, I don't know, that inspires me to wanting to do the same thing, or winning a boxing match, whatever it is. It inspires me knowing that, like, even though I can do something like that too, and just put in the work just like he is. So that also inspires me. Who else inspires me? Aiden Ross inspires me. I don't know if you guys know Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross.
What is it? Who's Aiden Ross? What does he do?
I mean, he's a streamer. He's just a motivational streamer. It's funny content.
Well, I think I think you've got a talent, you've got an art, and obviously you're doing an amazing thing. So you want to be a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Is that still the case today? Is that your drive, besides making the comeback you're making, is being a filmmaker as a career?
I would love to be a filmmaker for sure, but I would also like to I'd love to like inspire people, travel the world, and just be a
Do
motivation.
talks and things like that, motivational
Yeah,
talks
to
and
be
things
a
like that.
motivational speaker like Gary Vee or something like that, and
Very good. Yeah.
just to inspire people, because I get so many DMs of, I got into an accident, what should I do? Yo, I feel like giving up. Honestly, I had a text where I think there's a couple where it's like, I literally want to give up. I don't want to do anything, but your videos keep me going. And how whatever you're
Mm.
doing just keeps me going. And that inspires me to not give up also, and to keep going, and to just, to keep inspiring more and more people. And I'm really glad, glory to God, that I'm glad that I can inspire today like 15 million people, you know, saw a video of me, whatever I was doing, and who knows who got inspired from that video.
15 million saw it.
15 million plus. So I don't know. I just
Wow.
counted around 15 million plus. And that's just I think that's just Instagram. I have TikTok and YouTube that I
So
post
tell
on.
me what, because you're a filmmaker and Chris is cinematographer, filmmaker too, and you're probably a cinematographer too. And me, I'm just a numbers guy wondering what the fuck is going on out there. When you saw that 15 million, did you think to yourself, how do I replicate that? How do we do it again? What was it? Do you wonder what it was? And it's
Yeah.
hard to do it again, isn't it? It's hard to do it again.
Yeah, honestly, I did 100% thought. I was like, how do I follow the same strategy to do this again, And it is hard to replicate it, because
Yeah.
before that, I posted 100 videos, but no
Mm,
one knows that, right? So I posted
mm.
100 videos, but that one video blew up. 8 million views, I believe. Just blew
What
up.
was it? What was it?
It was "Let me cook." Let him cook. Let him cook.
Ah, yes.
And then it's like it's my top pinned one on Instagram.
Yeah. I know which one I saw it.
That's the one that started it all. That's the one that started skyrocketing, and then I started gaining so much frictions, followers, a lot of emails, whatever it was, and that was the start of kind of my career, as in like motivational speaking, all that stuff. But to replicate that, yeah, I've tried so many things. What works, what doesn't. Some got a million, some got 20,000 views, and little by little, I kind of figure out what people love, and then I also look at other reels, what people are more intrigued in, watching, what gets more views, and all that stuff. So it's it's kind of like cat and mouse game. You just keep trying to catch it and
Mhm.
catch and get to the top, whatever it is. But
Do you think, because I'm going to get into some bodybuilding questions now soon, and we're going to get into the accident too, a little bit, kind of delve in more. But I want to know, we as a podcast, bodybuilders and people, influencers out there,
mhm.
when you got that so-called 15 million, how did you not let it go to your head? How do you control ego?
Here you go. Honestly, I just thought about
Because didn't you think for a moment there you're a top dog? We're there now, man. Let's go.
yeah. Honestly, it was definitely a little bit of like a 15 minutes of, it's like an example, like 15 minutes, like I made it, but
Fame, 15 minutes
when,
of fame.
yeah, 15 minutes of fame. But
Mm,
not to get into my head is, I don't know, I have such a high expectation
mhm.
of my goals, what they are, and to achieve those goals, to get to those goals, I'll tell myself I made it. But at the moment, 15 million views is just another step forward to that goal.
That's great advice, man. Great advice. Very good
Yeah.
advice. So, growing up, did you do much gym workouts? Did you do bodybuilding? Were you interested in muscle development? Because we are a bodybuilding podcast, and your recovery and, and I saw in your recovery, you've done some chest exercises, pull down, bicep curls.
Mhm.
I've even seen you do a most muscular pose. I saw you do the most muscular pose, right? So just before we get into that, did you tap on exercises like that?
Not as much as I am today.
Yes.
Before it was just off and on, whatever, just going to the gym a couple times. I was really like hiking wise and just outside door, I guess, exercise. But I was a long runner, 5 minutes for 1 mile I did. But I wasn't a big bodybuilder. That's for sure.
But so in other words, you always had dreams and goals, it seems like, growing up. Is that right?
Yes, I did have dreams and goals growing up. Just to honestly, I wanted to become a content creator when I was young.
Chris
And
wanted to become a content creator from conception. I think we'll send you some of Chris's stuff when he was 9. You'll love it. Not really.
yeah,
Yeah,
Chris,
now, Chris started, what age did you start, Chris? Content creation? 10 years old. What about you, Danny?
I think like 12, 13. I was just started
you guys should connect. You and Chris should connect.
for sure, 100%. I just started filming whatever was funny, and it's on my other YouTube. I lost the password for it, and it just sits there. It's like normal people brushing their teeth, and then how I brush my teeth. It's like foaming everywhere and all that stuff. So I just did funny content, just whatever it was, record and post for that. But yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna I always do a hot topics moment. So we're gonna go off script. Okay, so I want your opinion, Chris's opinion too.
Okay.
Do you think boys today are too sensitive? And has the world surrounded you guys? Because I'm 55, you guys are half my age, right? So has the world surrounded you guys? Now with social media, every move a young man makes is scrutinized. Are you guys mistreated, misunderstood? And have we lost the ability to goof around? What do you think?
So what was the actual?
I'll say it again, and Chris can listen again. Are boys, you guys, are you too sensitive? Has the world surrounded you guys? And now with social media, your move as a young man is always scrutinized. Like everything you do, mistreated, misunderstood. Are we a little goofy ourselves, and we're just not being able to be? What do you think?
I mean, I believe that guys, boys are definitely sensitive these days than they were back in the day, for sure. And what was the
and do you think that the spotlight's on you guys a lot? Like everything, like even the way you say talk to a girl or something you do, or just being goofy. Because we got away. I got away with murder, man. Well, your dad got away with murder. He got no idea. But the thing is, it wasn't even murder. We didn't do anything that was like. I'll ask Chris. What do you think, Chris?
I do think boys these days are a bit too sensitive.
Yep.
I think it's really just how you position yourself regarding if you're allowed or not to goof around and being misunderstood. At the end of the day, everyone has a right to have an opinion.
But should you care, you're saying?
Do you give a fuck?
Hey guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified when all podcasts come out. But before we get back to the podcast, let's get back to the ad.
Never forgive, never forget. Twisted thoughts run through my head. They used to diss, now show respect. Still show 'em disrespect. Not that type to pout and pose. Boy, and I pose a threat. Say how it is, my mouth has no filter. Still yelling no effect.
Do you give a fuck? All right. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah, I honestly don't. I also think the same. You shouldn't care.
Mm.
A lot of people do, honestly, boys, whatever, care how they're gonna look at me like this, that. Just be yourself, honestly. Obviously, don't do nothing retarded, but in general, just be yourself. Because a lot of boys, guys, they try to be someone else, or try to have a mask and hide everything, and that's what disrupts their life and everything they're trying to do. So, and honestly, it makes life so much simpler just to be yourself, follow your own direction wherever you're going.
I agree, man. Just like, look, I'm just saying, like, I think you guys are pretty good. I think you're definitely a lot more adventurous, but I feel the spotlight's on you guys for the adventure. Does that make sense? We seemingly seemed adventurous, but we weren't. So the 10th of May, 2017, you're 19 and you're on your motorcycle. I'm a motorcycle rider, by the way, I'm letting you know that. And that day, I want to know that day, before the accident, was there anything that stood out different for you? Because I'll tell you a story about me, but I just want to hear you. Did anything stand out different before the accident?
As in, like, did anything fall into place? Like something feel different?
I'll give you an example of me. At 21, I had a super bike, a GSXR 750. And to be honest, I didn't even have a motorbike license. So I had big CC bikes, 750cc. 21, I just got the bike. I had a few bikes. I had 2 bikes, but I got this bike I really wanted, right? I just got it. 2 weeks old. That's about it, really. And I went riding. So I went riding that night. I thought I'd go for a small ride. It was a bit overcast. And I went past a mate's place. I beeped. He didn't come out. This place. And I went past there. I beeped because we didn't have phones then, right? There was no phones. I'm just letting you know I'm 21, right? I beeped. She didn't come out. So I started riding home. I'm riding home. And I go, you know what? I'll go the long way. And as I went the long way, I changed my mind. I said, no, I'm going to turn around, which I should have still gone the long way. It was quickest, but I turned the bike around and I'm riding home. And I'm 1 street away from my house and a car does a U-turn in front of me. And my bike jackknifes. So I hit the brakes. I try to go around him. And like you see in a motorbike race, it back buckles and jackknifes me. So the bike goes up, throws me off my seat. All I said was, oh my God. That's all I remember. Oh my God. Apparently my motorcycle, my motorcycle slammed into a parked car, fucking dented the shit out of this car. I slammed into the car doing the U-turn and I dislocated my whole leg out of my hip. My whole leg out of my hip, right? So I'm lying there. They're taking off my helmet. Now, I don't want to go into the story too much more. I'll speed it up now. So I go to hospital. I don't know I'm going to be there how long. They put me on traction. They put my leg back in.
Wow.
They put me on traction. They say you've got to be in hospital for a month on traction, right? No, they said 6 weeks. I said, nah, 4 weeks. That's what I said, 4 weeks.
Wow.
And I did everything that you were doing. Like, no, nothing like you, man. I'm nothing like you. But I said to myself, I'm going to not only heal, I'm going to come out stronger. And I used to send everyone home. It was between Christmas and New Year. I sent everyone home so I could sleep. So every day finished quicker. I just wanted to get to the 4th week. Because I wanted to get the hell out of there. But what I'm trying to say to you is, it seems like there was a build up to that accident. Like everything wasn't happening. I could have just gone home. Someone could have walked outside. I didn't have to go. It was overcast night. I don't really ride in an overcast night thinking it's going to rain. And I took the long way, but halfway through the long way, I turned it around, which still made it the long way because I had to. So you understand? So did you have any? I want to know. Did you have any indications before the accident? That's what I'm saying. There's a little story before it. I'm thinking anyway.
Honestly, not really. I mean, my friends
Mhm.
just hit me up and told me like, let's go riding. It's a beautiful day. And I was coming out of school, and yeah, I was in a hurry, I guess you could
Yeah,
say.
of course, we all are. Yeah.
They were they were waiting for me, I guess you can say. And I drove to get my bike. As I got my bike, it's rush hour. Everyone's coming from work. It's about 3 o'clock. Everyone's
Yeah.
leaving work,
Yeah.
and I wasn't even speeding or anything. Um, so I can tell the story now, or
Yeah, go for it.
yeah. So it was a beautiful Wednesday. It was around 3 p.m. I was driving to my friends in a hurry, kind of not speeding, but trying to get there because they were like, "Yo,
Yeah.
where are you? We're trying to go." And as I was driving, this lady in front of me was driving, and then as she was driving, was behind her. When she took a left turn, trying to beat the traffic um, oncoming, so without a signal, and I just ran into her fender when she turned. I don't know if
Yeah.
you understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when she turned, I ran into her fender, and then the only thing I remember is seeing her black hair and probably doing the same thing, like, oh crap,
Mm.
like blinking, and then that's it. I blacked out. They say I flew 30 feet, hit a
Yeah.
fence,
Yeah.
rolled into a creek face down with
I know.
yeah, face down, water, whatever in
Could have
my
drowned.
yep, and then pedestrians running up. I don't remember this, but they told me they pulled me out, and thank God that there was a off-duty paramedic at the scene also who witnessed the crash and everything. So they did everything they had to do to stable my condition for it to not get worse, because
Mm.
I did wake up and I kept blacking out. I kept waking up. I woke up, I see paramedics, firefighters cutting my clothes, trying to see what's broken, what's bleeding. And then I black out. And then I wake up, I'm in an ambulance driving to the hospital. I
Mhm.
black out again, and then I wake up at the ER, and then there's like 15 not paramedics, but the workers, hospital workers,
Nurses.
nurses already trying to do it on me. But at that point, I was still young. I had to call my parents, tell them that I was in the accident for them to come, and then they can start the surgeries and everything. And then as I got the green pass, I went into around, I think it was around 8 to 9 hour surgery for my neck, where I got
Wow.
yeah, I had a spinal cord injury, C4,
Mm.
C5, paraplegia got first. And from there, 8 hour surgery for this. And then I broke my wrist, slammed into it, so I shattered the whole thing. I had
Mhm.
4 pins in my hand, where the pins were sticking out also from each
Mm.
side for it to stable. I broke my left ribs. I broke I cracked my left hip, where they had to put a screw
God.
in there. Yeah, I broke my left leg. I had a concussion, black eye, all these scratches everywhere, and everything took around, I think, 2 days surgery. And then I woke up the day after everything was done with all these wires all over me, and that's where the journey starts.
All right, man. Firstly, it's a winter's day here in Sydney, and I'm shivering just listening to your story. No, I'm shivering. I'm not. I can handle the cold, but the
Uh-huh.
story itself elevated me. Look,
That's a crazy one.
it's a crazy. And you know what's crazy? I'm not like I'm thinking I got away with it, Scott. I don't know how I got away with it with my accident too, by slamming into that car. But
Yeah.
like I said to you, so let's keep going there. Then I'm just going to keep going. So, what was the doctors and the medical staff's final diagnosis to you? What did they tell you then?
So
Because
they
you
told
basically said you're going to be lying in bed. Go for it. Go for it.
yeah. So they told me that he's practically done. He will be a vegetable for the rest of his life. His arms, his legs won't be able to move. He honestly won't be able to move his neck. So his neck would be about like this. So he would be laying for the rest of his life. You would have to be feeding him. You would have to be changing him. You would have to be caring for him 24/7, switching him every 2 hours in bed so he doesn't get cold sores or anything like that. You would have to be lifting him off the bed with the crane to the power wheelchair every day. You would have to change you. He would not be living upstairs. He would be living downstairs in a special room. Um, and that his life is not going to be the same as it was before. So he's completely done.
Okay, so when you heard that day, at the end of it all, the end of that day, the accident day, the end of the 24 hours, 48 hours, what was going through your head? Like,
So
I'm assuming what the hell was happening? You must have thought, what the go on.
at that moment, they tell me that, like, I honestly don't really remember, maybe a little percentage, but they tell me that when they told me, I started crying,
Yes.
bawling tears, and just like, this can't be. My life is literally shattered into pieces. And but I believe that God blinded that moment for me to not accept failure and not accept that, okay, they're right. I should give up. I should live like this for the rest of my life. I shouldn't even put one step forward and try to see if I can gain anything. I believe that God blinded that moment for me to fight this with him and through everything to go and to be here today to say that I'm walking today, I'm driving today, my arms are moving, I'm putting clothes on myself, I'm eating by myself. And you know, I I honestly listened also to myself, knowing that doctors are one thing, they can tell you one thing, but the next thing is, you are yourself. You know more than the doctors at the end of the day about yourself and what you can do and what you can't do. And and to believe and have faith is a big structure to anything you're going through. I believed 100% that I will walk no matter how it's going to be. I just had that picture that I will walk one day. I will sit on my own. I will drive the car on my own. I will do a lot of things on my own. And even though at that moment it didn't make sense, I still believed in the process and in the bigger picture, whatever it was ahead.
How I've got two questions with this, okay?
Mhm.
Before we talk about the first comeback.
Yeah.
How I want to know about the comeback, the first movement, but what I want to know is, how do you self-talk yourself? Because I'm an able person and I struggle to believe in where I am today, right? And
Yeah.
and I have still dreams, but I wonder, and they can annoy me. So I struggle with
Mhm.
self-belief sometimes. So you definitely would struggle with that. And
Yeah.
how do you overcome people around you, professionals, telling you what seemingly is the obvious, but you know otherwise, but you're the only one that knows otherwise?
What overcomes
So how do you
honestly,
go from believing you can make a change, go against the norm, against what is told, but hold on to that? Because it's momentarily. You could be next day down in the dumps and then back again and back and forth. Go ahead.
honestly, it's just knowing that I guess I had this mentality in me where, you
Mhm.
know, every day is a new day and every day is something to achieve. And it just became where I thought to myself, would I rather just be sitting on the couch and wasting my life and later on in life regretting it, or I should put blood and sweat at the moment, at the second I'm doing this at the moment, and be grateful in the future for what I've overcome and done. So It
Yeah.
hon-
Yeah.
honestly, like, and lots of like, just in general, I just want to be the toppest of top. I have this
Mm.
mentality, inspiration. I know a lot of people inspire me. Conor McGregor, how he started
Mm.
from nothing, and
Yeah.
he's top of the line right now, and he's still going. And
Mm.
knowing that even a able person who's capable to do anything or go to the gym and all that stuff, they still go. I have I have I have a, like, let's say, a destination I have to do, and like I have
Mm.
to get stronger and all that stuff. So I have to go do it. If they can do it, if they go to the gym and they do legs and but they don't have to because they already walk, I should be 100% doing it because I need to be doing it to get
Mm.
stronger.
Mm.
So
Wow. Yes.
even the able people at the gym inspire me because I'm like, okay, they're able, they're walking, they don't have to hit legs, but they're still hitting legs. I have to hit legs. I have to mark those goals. So I have to go do these stuff and to achieve whatever it is to get stronger. But
Yeah. So there you are. You're lying down. The I guess what I want to ask you is, what was the first thing you did as a comeback? What was your first move?
first move as a comeback, man, I mean, there's so it was 7 months later after my accident, decided to just to stand on this type of walker where you put your elbows and you can kind of walk. So at that moment, I didn't know if I was gonna even walk, but that's the thing about chasing your goals, where I didn't even know that that day that I was gonna
Mm.
even walk that day. So that's why I say don't give up, because that day doesn't work, that day doesn't work, but that third day could work, and that third day could be your breakthrough to whatever you're going through. So it's that day. My comeback was 7 months after. It was December 22nd, 2017, where I took my first steps on a walker, on a walker with two people, helping me, gait belts, all that stuff, but I did take a couple steps.
So you wrote that 1%, you had 1% chance to walk again.
Yeah.
Now, I think, to me, 1%, if you are a person with a strong mindset, which you are, is a lot, because it's one number. You've got a number. They've given you a number.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
true.
100%. So 1% is better than
Zero.
0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you've always had a strong mindset,
Um,
or did it become that
I've
now?
always had a strong mindset. I always loved to achieve goals, whatever it was. I'm
Mhm.
always it was like 50-50. It was I had a strong mindset, but at that moment, I wanted to make my parents proud. I
Mhm.
had a lot of goals to achieve by making my parents proud. They were counting on me. They visited me so much. My friends, my family visited me to the hospital, where the security was like, "Is this some type of rock star or some type of performer? Like, I don't understand why you guys are coming to him."
Typical ethnics, yes.
Yeah, and they're like, and "Oh, we're just friends. We just want to visit
They'll
him.
take over the hospital. Mm.
Help him out." Yeah, help him out, and that also gave me strength to keep going. To make them proud and just to achieve my goals.
Yeah, anybody that's an ethnic in hospital, especially in Australia, if you're Greek, not only does the whole village turn up, they turn up with food, they turn up with snacks, they turn up with they even bring a donkey in if they have to, if they need something to haul it in, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yes, that's our Ukrainian tradition. Honestly, my grandma brought all types of food, whatever it was, the drinks she made, to the
The
point it
good
was too
stuff.
much. It
The
was
good
too
stuff.
much. We're like, I couldn't even eat that moment, and she's bringing it for other
She's
people.
bringing it because she wants to make you strong. See, that's what it's a fucking about. Excuse the French, man. I'm so angry because
100%.
these people, when they bring you all that stuff, they bring love. And when they
Yeah.
bring love, they bring
Yeah.
power. When they bring power, they bring this food that gives you power. And no one understands. Look,
Yeah.
I tell people this. I don't like. I only do love. When I
Yeah.
eat, I have to love it. When I train, I have to love it. When I have cars, bikes, I don't love them more than God. There's a different level. I don't love them more than my kids. I just
Yeah.
love. But love is a beautiful feeling when you put yourself heart and soul in. I think that's what also is getting you through right now.
100%. You have to tell yourself that also. You have to like put it into real life that whatever it is, like I love doing this. And it's a big blessing for my family and friends to be there because it honestly reduced the depression, the thoughts that would come into my mind knowing that my legs don't work, that doesn't work, I'm screwed, or I should give up, whatever it was. They always came and brought this joy, peace, and motivation. Like, you'll get through this. Don't worry. We'll help you through everything, you know. And that made me stronger as a person to be blinded by depression and all this stuff and to just focus on the goal, whatever I was going through.
Great advice. See, because obviously being a bodybuilding podcast, with anything we want takes time. If we want to grow muscle, it takes months, if not years. It takes
Yeah.
time. It takes a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
Exercise. So tell me, because I've noticed that you're doing some resistance training, a lot of it. Have you noticed that the resistance training and the fact that you mentioned people train legs when they don't need to, but you need to because you need your legs, everything
Mhm.
you need besides the mindset. Now I want to talk about the physical. Do you think that the gym and getting stronger has brought you back
Back to like
back
100%.
to where you are today? Like you're walking, sitting, your arms
Um,
up.
it
I'm just asking the general question. Yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely helped a lot for
Mm.
sure. I wouldn't say I'm not at 100%. I am happy for where I am today. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
I'm really blessed and happy.
Oh, you're not there yet. I know you got more to go, but keep going. Yes.
Yeah, I'm really blessed and happy where I am today, but I would never be satisfied because there's so much to achieve in my goals. I'm walking today with the walker still, but I'm trying to get to a cane, and from a cane I'm trying to get to just by myself. So it was from a power wheelchair to a wheelchair to a walker to a regular walker and now to a cane. But I would probably say I'm around 80, maybe 85% there, where it's like I do a lot of stuff able people stuff, but it's kind of like slower, I guess you could say.
So, being you train so hard, 7 years, are you a
Yeah.
bodybuilder? You're a bodybuilder now, aren't you?
I
You're
mean,
building
yeah,
your body, man. You're a bodybuilder.
that's true. Yeah. And I honestly fell in love bodybuilding. It became a habit. At first, it's always at first where it's hard and you
Yeah.
just, I don't want to do this, all that stuff. But honestly, it became a habit. And I have to hit the gym at least every single day, at least 1 hour, whatever it is, even if it's a small workout. I feel like I achieved something today because every day is a new day and every day you can achieve something new. So 100% am a bodybuilder for sure. I am building my body, and
Wow. You're
there's
the most
there's
muscular, mate. I saw you do that. When I see someone do that, you're the
yeah,
most muscular. It's called the
yeah,
crab.
and
Apparently,
there's
it's
no
a crab.
there's no stopping yet. So
No
I
going
was like,
back.
"Fuck it, got to keep going."
Do you know that they've got bodybuilding comps for paraplegics and people? Do you know that?
Yeah, I did know that. Yeah, I 100%.
But
I
you're
look
probably
at.
going to be able, you can do it standing up. So we're going to see you on stage soon, I reckon.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. That would honestly be awesome. I thought about that, where it honestly would benefit me also because I would get stronger because I would have to
Ah,
focus
a
on.
great goal.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Because I have to get stronger for bodybuilding, but I also benefiting myself.
Well, not only are you benefiting, you're going to have to do everything. The diet, you're going to have to do
Yeah,
the. It's a focus like 16 weeks out. So you got to go six. You got to think to yourself. It's actually a sharper goal as well, a little bit sharper.
yeah,
You can just 16
yeah.
weeks go for it. But look, I definitely can see you do it. I want to know Because I've seen you push, I've seen you pull, I've seen you on the treadmill. What's the hardest exercise so far to conquer in bodybuilding? What's one that you go, far out, this is hard?
The hardest one. Could you repeat that question again? Because it kind of
So
lagged.
that's okay. No, you could. We've got all the time in the world. Push. I see you push. I see you pull. I see you lift.
Mm-hmm.
I think my hardest exercise is always, I don't know why. I'm just thinking, let me just think for a sec. Sorry, let me think. Which is the one that I dread the most?
The most.
Squats. Squats seem to scare me. Now, I can do hack squat, I can do leg press, I can do all that stuff. They don't care. But putting a barbell on my back and squatting.
Mhm.
So what I'm asking is, what's an exercise in the condition you are? What do you find the most challenging exercise? Is it like the lateral pull down? Is it a shoulder exercise? What's your hardest? What's the one you go, oh God?
Probably back. I'm not really a
Back.
big fan of back.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. It's kind of like I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong or sometimes, but it's my back. Like feel scared if I pull something or like that, then I'm out for a couple whatever weeks or a month, and I'm definitely like that one's pretty hard also. But the best one I love is chest and triceps. That's my favorite to do.
I'm gonna organize something for you. I'm gonna talk to I'm gonna talk to Reese, and I'm gonna give, when Reese finishes his BILT program, I'm gonna give it to Danny for free.
That'd
This
be awesome.
is an online bodybuilding program of a friend of mine that's done it.
Uh-huh.
And when it's finished, you can train at home or at the gym with it. So it's to build muscle and strength.
That'd be awesome. I can't.
You
I
can have
don't.
it for free.
I appreciate it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'd love-
It's like, I mean, I know he's got a subscription to it and all that, but no, but you're gonna get it. I'm gonna make sure I'll smash it up against the wall if he says anything. You get it for free.
Yeah, because that's my next goal is to just get bigger, bodybuilding to the max.
Yeah.
Not
No,
to the max, but
it's done. It's done. I'm telling you, it's done. I think he's just fine tuning it, and he's a good guy. So
awesome.
it's yours. I'm going to make sure it happens. It's
Appreciate
done.
it.
So
Thank
tell
you.
me, what's the easiest exercise? Which one do you love doing? Oh, this is so good. Like, is it biceps?
The easiest one would probably be, dude, I'd probably say chest.
Chest. Oh, yeah.
It's easy because I'm just like I love it because I'm pushing. I don't know. It just feels good.
Feels
Like,
good, huh?
yeah, and then triceps, it's probably the easiest, and because it's more easier, like my strength wise, to push and all that's better than to like pull. So that's why it'd probably be easier for me. I like that too.
Have you obviously being a paraplegic a little bit? I just want to ask, in your journey to walk, and that's the journey. The journey is to get up, and you're doing it. And I'm going to tell you a story shortly, but I want to know: have you noticed some definition now in yourself? Like you're starting to look a bit muscular. Like you go, "Hey, what's that?"
That's what my friends or my cousins, they tell me like, "Well, you look different. Your legs look more toner. Your biceps look more better. Shoulders, especially my grandma. She's always, but I know she's been,
Grandmas say anything, mate, to make you good. Don't worry, grandma's good.
yeah.
I might even get your grandma to compliment me, mate. Where is she? Where is she?
Yeah, but it's always like I keep telling myself, like I see myself every day, so I'm always like, oh no, I need to get better, I need to get stronger, I need to get bigger. I don't look big, but people that don't see me for a long time, they're like, whoa, you look like you're toned out. Your physique looks good. Your legs look like they got stronger and bigger from previous, So it's definitely helps me like, okay, then I'm doing something right.
Look, let me tell you something about bodybuilding. All right. I'm going to tell you something about bodybuilding. And I don't know why I feel so good, but I'm not even a personal trainer. I was a personal trainer. I'm just a businessman. That's all I am. I'm a businessman. I love business. I love cash, but I love bodybuilding. But why I love this and why I'm so glad you're on is this. See, bodybuilding doesn't have an end game. Even for me, you can train at 80 years old. You can train 90, 60, 50. Your dad can start training. Everyone can start training. You can go, once everything's good, you can go have workouts with your dad. This is one thing about bodybuilding. See, you can play tennis, NFL, soccer, but your body can only keep up with so much of those moves. But with bodybuilding, there's a solace, there's a place, there's a feeling, and you can always be a better version. Yes, we grow old, but you can grow old a bit gracefully. And you're young. Your cells, your cells are still developing. You're incredibly growth because you're 25, right?
That's why.
So because you're doing bodybuilding at the same time,
like,
go on.
That's why it honestly makes me want to keep going, because I'm really young and I have so much ahead of me. And for me to give up is just like, it's first a disgrace and a letdown to my family, and you know, just to let down on myself. And I honestly want to set a big example, and just to be example for anyone who's, you know, going through it too. Because when I was back maybe 7 years ago or 6 years ago, I was looking for those people also on social media who got out of that struggle, whatever they were going through. And you know, it honestly helped. I was looking for those people, and it was helping me also, like, okay, like, oh, these workouts are good, he's doing it, okay, I can do it too, you know. So I want to be the same person, whoever's trying to find also the example to you know, for them to not give up, but to like keep going.
Well, let me tell you the story now that I told to you and Chris before we started. All right, I can tell you a story. I was 24, so I was your age, and I had a really good job. I was in computers. I didn't study. I'm not good at studying. I just winged it. I just could get myself into things, right? So I was working for HSBC, which was called Hong Kong Bank of HSBC, right? It's a bank. And they saw potential in me. When someone sees potential in me, I get excited, right? And and you know that yourself. If someone sees potential in you, you get excited. So they sent me on a manager's course. They sent me on this manager's course. Hear me out. So I went to this manager's course. Mind you, I slept in on the first day for it, so I really didn't show much potential for it. But I did go. I went, and it changed my life. But I tell you what changed my life, and my self-belief and my thoughts. They played a video, and this is the video they played. It was about a guy. I'm going to tell you the whole story. Get ready. He used to love flying planes. This guy, he flew planes. Little planes, but little planes. And he flew it one day, and it crashed. This guy was probably 40 years old, right? The plane crashed. They pulled him out, and he was a paraplegic.
Wait, I know.
Yeah. You know this movie? Yeah, listen to it. I'll go on then.
Go ahead.
They went to the hospital, and they said to this guy, you will not be able to eat. You can't breathe. You can't walk. You're in bed, ridden forever. And he said, no, I'm going to change it. Now, this is the bit. This is the movie that's playing for us to get motivated, right? 24 years old, inside a conference room. So then all the nurses, all the doctors kept saying to him, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. And every night he'd grab the oxygen thing and he'd take it out and try to breathe on his own and put it back. Every night he practiced that. Every night he practiced that. Every night he practiced that. No one would see it except one nurse saw it. And this one nurse, and he said to the nurse, can you bring me solids? No one would bring him solids. But he goes, can you bring me solids? So she did. She'd bring him solid food, and he'd start to try to eat solids. He'd start to eat solids. He'd start to eat solids. And just that one nurse believed in him and helped him and helped him.
Yeah.
Anyway, they saw a bit of progress, and 100%. He said to the doctors, I'm going to walk out of here on this date. And the doctor goes, hey, don't get ahead of yourself, man. Come on. Hey, calm down, bro. Don't get ahead of yourself. This is not the case. And he goes, no, I'm going to walk out of this hospital and eventually I'm going to walk into your office and shake your hand. And the doctor's like, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. So he did everything like you, crawling, walking, sitting, doing this, doing the whole video. And it came to the day he had to leave the hospital. Listen to this. So they wheeled him to the front door. Wheeling, he's still in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Stop. He goes, I'm walking out of here. And he got up, they assisted him, and he walked out of the hospital.
That's crazy.
And then he walked into the doctor's office and shook his hand.
That's crazy. That's similar to mine. Yeah, I walked into the hospital also, and the doctors that told me like you're never gonna walk again. I saw them, but at their moment, they didn't really want to see me, so they like to turn the corner real quick and get out of there, or I'll see them another time. Like I'm walking, and they're like, "Oh, like we knew you were gonna walk." I was like,
"Oh,
now you knew."
Now you know, motherfuckers. But that's so. What I'm getting at is never, ever, 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 ever allow one person to tell you who you are, what you're capable of.
Yeah.
I have this saying, Chris knows, you cannot criticize me. Wait, hear me out. I tell Chris this. I say to people, if you haven't given me any compliments, you have no fucking right to criticize me. So unless you pay a compliment, don't even come close to criticizing. And so it's my DNA. If you tell me something about me, I'll look at you and I said, have you complimented me ever? And if they say, huh? I said, well, shut the fuck up. I don't need to hear your criticism. So just keep going. I tell my kids the same thing. Look for compliments. Look for compliments. Look for people that are going to go with you. Do not allow anyone to tell you otherwise, not even doctors, because they're smart, but they're textbook smart.
Yeah, and
so
I respect.
Yep.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You go ahead.
And I respect them, for what they told me, but I know myself and I know what I'm capable of, and so is my family and friends that they're like, we know you can do it. And that gave me this like mindset where honestly, I can. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. So tell me any other therapies that's helped as well? What other therapies have helped?
After my hospital, I did therapy for a couple months. I went to a private therapy called Pushing Boundaries, where the logo is it's pushing boundaries. So which I love this so much where I got in there, crawling, all that stuff. But I told them I want to walk, I want to do a lot of things that able people can do. And they're like, we'll do anything you want to do. You want to crawl, you want to walk, we'll make it happen. We'll push boundaries.
That's what I mean.
And it's honestly that was a big blessing where and I'm so thankful for those people for just for them to work there and to work with us, because wanting them to work with us, all that stuff, it's a blessing.
It is. Tell me, do you have dark days?
Doctors?
Dark days, dark moments. Do you still kind of have moments, or how do you combat the moments?
I definitely had dark moments for sure, but glory to God, my family, they prayed for me a lot of times, and it just brought so much peace for me. Just in a regular day, I had suicidal thoughts, and I remember my mom praying for me, and just peace came upon me, knowing that everything will be all right. It's in God's hands. And
does she pray with you? Does she pray with you?
Yeah, with me. I had my whole family. I don't know if you've seen pictures on my Instagram.
Well, I did. I saw your parents. I saw a video where your parents said they're so proud of you, and your dad said he knew you were a fighter.
Yeah. So I had like 40 people, always come to my hospital and pray for me, and just to help me to like not give up, and just in general like that. Yeah.
I want to know. 1 second. Let me move on. Sorry.
You were talking about dark days.
Yeah, dark days. I mean, I'm not talking about early days. I'm just talking about how do you stay motivated now? Because you've gone so far. And let's
Yeah.
be real here, man. I wake up feeling like shit today. And look at me, I'm an
Oh,
able person. I want to
yeah,
know, how do you do general life?
100%. I mean, I don't always feel 100%. You know,
Yeah.
Instagram is one thing. You would just show the best things, but I mean, just in general, spending time with family,
Hmm.
you know, reading the word of God helps me to stay focused. Hard times where I want to give up, I read the word of God and it just gives me strength to everything will be all right. I'm here. I'm alive for a reason.
Hmm.
God saved me for a reason, and He's using me as a testimony for anyone who needs to listen to this. But
Hmm.
I also, every day is a new day, and I can't give up. I rather do something than nothing, because I feel like I wasn't, I wasn't, I didn't like stay, survive this crash to do nothing, to sit on the couch and say, I guess this is all it. But I just, the gym also helps me stay motivated, where takes my mind off whatever it is, depression, all that stuff, and
Hmm.
general looking back at what I've accomplished, where walking, um, driving, it also gives me motivation knowing that I can have so much more.
Do you have siblings?
Two brothers, younger.
How are they?
How are they, or how old are they?
Yeah. No, how are they? What are they like? What are they like as bros?
Oh, they get annoyed because at times I'm like, can I get that? Can I get that? Can I get that? Can I get that? And they're like,
So
for
in
the
other
hundred,
words, in
for the
other words, they're
hundred.
just so in other words, the one thing about your brothers is they're real.
They're
They keep
real,
it real.
man. Brothers will always be brothers, and they will help me through the hardest times. As much as we argue, 10 minutes later we're laughing.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
and I give it all to them. Like, they helped me through so much, whether it's one lifting me up, taking me upstairs, or the other one grabbing me this for the 100th time, grabbing me that, used to, making me food, whatever it was back then. It's, and
How
always
old
letting
are they? How old are they?
one, one's 13, one's 21.
You'd be an inspiration to them. You must be their motivational speaker.
Yeah, but they also motivate me too, because times where I'm like,
Oh,
I want to give up. I don't want to do this no more. And they're like, do you know how much people count on you? How much people are watching your Instagram reels and wanting the motivation to keep going? And it lets me know, like, honestly, I gotta keep going. I can't give up.
so tell me, all right, you reach your goal. You get to completely walk, no cane. And I know once you start working, you're going to perfect it. You're going to keep going. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get more
Yeah.
defined. I can already tell. I guess before I ask that question, is food very important? Your diet very important? Tell me something about that.
Yeah, I try to juice cleanse. I try to drink a lot of juices, like vegetables, all that stuff. Obviously, chicken and rice.
Hmm.
Um, do that type of stuff.
Hmm.
But and always a gallon of water. I try to keep it healthy.
Hmm.
And honestly, the people say I intermediate fast, but I don't try it. I guess it just happens naturally. But
Wow,
I
you're a
definitely,
natural bodybuilding kind of guy, man.
yeah, and I don't even try it. Just,
I know. You seem like a natural.
yeah. Well, I am natural. I'm definitely not steroids.
Well, yeah, we're not hitting you with
I
steroids yet, but I'm not saying that I'm on steroids. I'm not, but I'm asking like, I mean, but I
only
guess
took
what
stem cells. That's it.
stem cells? Yeah, you've done stem cells.
Yeah, I've done stem cells.
Tell us about that. I heard some miracles about stem cells. Go ahead.
Yeah, stem cells definitely had a good boost in nerve reconnection,
Hmm.
where I did 3 times. I went to Panama Institute
Hmm.
stem cells, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of people. Mike Tyson went there. Dan Bilzerian, Tom Cruise went there. So,
Yeah.
and I heard that Joe Rogan goes there. So
What do they do with stem cells? What did Tom Cruise do with stem cells? What does Joe Rogan need for stem cells?
you can honestly just go there and just get stem cells, and it just helps you stay healthy, regeneration through your body. Like
Wow.
just to anything that's hurting in your
South
body,
America,
health.
right? South America, it's big.
Yeah, it's Panama next to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
But it helped a lot, honestly. It helped me gain a lot of balance wise, standing longer for like I can stand for 5 to 10 minutes without the walker. But
Mm.
just holding on to something, I could stand for hour and 30, maybe 2 hours.
Mhm.
I used to walk on the treadmill 10 minutes, would have breaks every 5 minutes. And now it's like I could walk a perfectly 40-minute treadmill walk like it's
Mhm.
nothing.
Mhm.
Just endurance wise, stamina wise, um, strength wise in any parts of my damaged nerves, it
Mhm.
helps regenerate it. So it had a
Wow.
boost of it too. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you're fully walking. Where to then? What's going to happen? Are you going to be?
Oh,
Are you going to be hanging out with Jake Paul? Are you going to be with Gary Vee? Are you going to be on the Joe Rogan show? What's going on?
that'd be a blessing, honestly.
On Raw,
That's
on
what
Raw
was
with
it?
what? On Raw, what's his name? What's his Raw Talk?
Raw Talk, Bradley Martin.
Yeah.
That's a goal, honestly, to be on his podcast. I did talk to him, but I planted the seed. If it happens, happens.
Well,
But
make sure you tell them you came on Muscle Talks podcast and hit the
100%.
slaps hard because we're going to hit it hard. I'm going to get Chris, the cinematographer, to make this seem like it's a, Warner Brothers movie or something.
Hey, that'd be awesome. Honestly, 100%. We're all in this together at the end of the day.
We're all in this together, man. We're all in
But
this together.
walking, I'd love to, like, when I'm fully walking, just to travel the world and just to be a motivational talker around the world and just inspire many people, because I know a lot of people giving up or give up and don't want to do anything. They're like, whatever, I'm done. And I would just love to motivate people and reach lots of new goals. Maybe
Okay.
start a
Yep.
recovery
Mm.
shop where people could get recovered. My thing's name is Danny's Recovery. So I was thinking maybe have a shop that you can recover for bodybuilders or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're onto something. Oh, look, the
It's all
world.
thought.
The world is everyone's oyster. You can do anything you want, Danny. You just gotta
That
don't become normal. Don't be like the norm. Like keep the
that's
1%. Keep the
Yeah,
1%.
that's the thing. I was never like that. I always wanted to be different and always wanted to, how would you say, like pop out, as in like be the difference, be the changer, whatever it was. And just in general, like me, like Jake Paul, Joe Rogan, and Bradley Martin, just new goals. And that'd be amazing, honestly.
Or just make sure when you do your seminars and you're up on stage that you get me front row seats. I'm giving you a bodybuilding program. You're going to have me
I
at the
got
front seat and point at. You got to point at me. You got to
I
point at
got
me.
you. Muscle talk is really easy to remember. That's why I
Yeah,
like
that's
it.
it. You got to point at me. You got to point at me, and maybe I'll
Yeah,
get Chris to come with his Sony camera, and he can just stand there with
yeah,
his Sony camera,
yeah. Just
and
get
I'll be
them
there
in.
with my iPhone. We'll just see who does it better.
Yeah,
I'm
honestly,
going to
see
do a hot topic,
goes
and then
up.
we're going to go over the body. Okay, one more hot topic.
Mhm.
Can we do things without a greater being, such as God, something bigger than us, something to help us, something to turn to? I believe that myself, I believe in God. And the reason also I believe in God is it puts me in a spot where I don't bank on no one else. I don't bank on people, not because I don't believe in them. It's because I don't want people to bank on me either. I want
Yeah,
people to bank on God. And if we can bank that high,
yeah,
it's amazing what we can do.
yeah,
So it surprises me that nobody holds on to a world where or if it's not God, is it the universe? If it's not the universe, is it Mother Nature? Whatever it is, I think, don't you think we all need something bigger than us, bigger than humans? What do you think?
I 100% think, because humans, they're one thing where they can help you for so long, and then you're on your own. You know, they can help
Yes.
you till that level, and then they don't know how to achieve the other level, or they can no longer help you, or life happens where they're not in your life anymore, and you're on your own. But God, or with God, anything's possible. So you just gotta believe in it.
What about you, Chris? What are you learning?
I believe that you should have believe in a higher power, but also pick something that has like set rules and values. Like you can't just go, "Oh, I believe in the universe," but what does the universe say? What's the rules?
Set rules, boundaries.
I'm an Orthodox Christian. I know forgiveness. I know all the rules, all the values. I like the rules and the values, and that's why I'm an Orthodox Christian.
Yeah, it makes sense.
To be. I was born into an Orthodox Christian family, but I like the values and the rules. There are people that don't like their religions and they change religion by picking the universe.
Yeah.
Like, what do you believe in? And what exactly do you believe in?
So just by picking Mother Nature or the universe, it's more like, then what are the limitations? What are the boundaries? What are the rules? Yeah. What can you do? What can't you do, in a sense? Because God, there is what you can do and what you can't do. Like, we don't lie, we don't steal, we don't suppress. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But those are common things, honestly.
Yeah. Look, but the world's not that common anymore. You know that. Let's be real.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified when all podcasts come out. But before we get back to the podcast, let's get back to the ad.
Never forgive, never forget. Twisted thoughts run through my head. They used to diss, now show respect. Still showing disrespect. Not that type to pout and pose. But when I pose a threat. Say how it is, my mouth has no filter. Still yelling no effect.
Definitely.
Okay, we're going to go over the body. You're going to be a personal trainer now. You're going to tell me how to do a certain exercise. Get ready. I know you're going to be at it.
I might go ahead.
Don't worry, I'll help you a bit. Even though I'm not a personal trainer, we'll get through it. Okay. So one exercise. If you don't train it, just say, I don't train it. Okay. That's all you have to say. I don't train it. So traps. Do you train the traps?
Traps? I train them traps. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do shrugs? What do you do?
I don't know what these are called.
Yeah,
shrugs,
shrugs.
I guess.
That's called shrugs. Yeah, shrugs.
Yeah, I do shrugs. I feel like honestly,
How many reps do you do? How many do you reckon?
I do 4 sets of maybe 15 reps. 1 second.
Yep. Sorry.
Oh, 1 second. Someone just called me. I do 4 sets of 15 reps.
Nice. That's traps. Okay, let's go to delts.
So it's honestly for like kind of like looks. It's a good physique too because it pops out. But at the same time, it grips my fingers. It helps my fingers also strengthen to pick up stuff, because before I had no grip to pick up anything. So it's a beneficial also.
And this dog's gonna kill me. Just can you hear the dog? Can you hear it?
Barely.
Barely. Do you think I should be concerned, Chris?
I hear like once every like 5-10 minutes.
You got to see them. You'll laugh your head off, man. They're cute, but anyway, that's beside.
Yeah.
Everyone from the podcast is wondering. I mean, how professional? I don't want to be professional. I want to be real. This is a real podcast. So, delts. 100%. Delts are front delts. Now, front delts to me is front raises. What would you do for front delts?
For front delts,
give me a shoulders exercise. Give me your favorite shoulders exercise.
I like these. These are my favorite.
Shoulder press. Shoulder press.
Yeah, definitely shoulders, and it hits the triceps too.
Tricep, yeah. So how many sets
Those
and reps for shoulder press?
I also do 4 sets of either 12. I'll probably do like uh 30 on each side.
Okay. What about
Yeah.
chest? You said it's one of your favorites. What do you do for chest?
Chest, I love flies.
Flies, flies, yeah.
Flies. I
Okay.
love
How
push.
many sets and reps? Push-ups,
Um
chest
for
reps, yeah.
for flies I also do 4 sets of 15 reps. I do 85 pounds. And then I like push also. I do around 50 or 60 pounds, 4 sets of 15 reps of
Man,
push.
you're a
It's a
good person.
machine though.
You should be a personal trainer, mate. Abs. Do you do abs at all?
I
Core?
do I do abs every day, but the
Mhm.
regular ones at the gym where you just like
Oh,
this.
crunches, pull
And yeah,
downs.
so I do 60 pounds. I do 4 sets of 15 reps. Just
Nice.
long every day because core is my biggest weakness, so I try to get that every day.
Yes, it would be.
Strength and yeah, balance wise, walking, whatever it is. It's a
Mm.
it's a thing where we have it, just we don't notice it, but mine's weak, so I need to get it stronger.
Do also
Plus,
Pilates.
summer's coming up to us. Summer's
Sorry?
coming up.
Yeah, summer's coming
Summer's
up.
coming up, so I need to get them abs.
Yeah, bloody oath, man. Fuck,
Yeah,
that's the only time you need abs is in summertime.
exactly.
Pilates is good too. Do Pilates. Pilates strengthens cores as well. Pilates exercises.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Do Pilates. Listen to my words. Look up Pilates.
Yeah,
Pilates.
I'm gonna
Very
need
good for core. Very good for core. Pilates. I'll say it one more time. Pilates.
more. Yeah.
Bicep. What about a good bicep exercise? What do you do?
I like to do standing biceps. I love hammer curls, I guess it's
Hammer
called.
curls. Yeah.
Two of
Oh,
them.
yeah. Preacher curls. It's
I
a
love
preacher curl.
that.
It's called a preacher
Yeah,
curl.
I do 3 sets of 20 high volume, just for it to get pumped.
Tricep. What about tricep?
Triceps, I do triceps, standing bar, where you just
Yeah. Tricep pull
push
downs. Yeah.
down.
Oh,
I do a
yeah.
lot of those. Yeah, I do a lot of those like standing because it helps where it helps with balance. I'm working my triceps and my whole body's working because I'm squeezing my core. My legs are
Yeah.
standing, I'm pressing down for triceps. So I try to get everything in if I'm doing one machine.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's a good one. How many sets and reps on that one you reckon you do?
I can do 5 sets of 15 reps,
Okay.
25 pounds.
I don't know if you do this, but like I said, I'm doing every question the same as every bodybuilder. Do you do forearms? Do you train your forearms?
No, I don't, but I do need to. Honestly, do need
Okay,
to.
that's all right. What about
For
quads? What do you do for quads?
quads, quads, I do sitting, extending, I guess it's called.
Oh, yeah. Leg raises? Do you leg raise
Yeah,
or push?
leg
Leg
raises,
raise.
and I do push. I do leg push.
Leg
I also
press.
do
Leg press.
squats. I do squats.
Squats as well. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I hold on and I do squats. I do about 5 sets of 15 reps of squats, and then I do on top of that 5 sets and 15 reps of push of about like 40 pounds
I
all
love
in
it.
one. So my legs are just dead by the end of the workout.
I love it. What about hammies? Do you train hammies?
I do train hammies. That's my weakest
Yeah.
point.
Go on.
I do for hammies, I do the opposite of leg extension. I forgot what it's
Oh,
called.
you do lying leg curls, or do you do
Leg
seated
curls.
first, or do you do
Seated,
seated?
yeah,
Seated.
seated one. I do seated, and sometimes I do standing pushing hamstrings back.
Oh, yeah.
And then I do that one. Yeah, that's pretty sure for hamstrings.
Okay. What about calves? Do you do calves
I also do calves, yeah, but I do sitting and
and you push out?
pressing, push out,
Yep.
yeah, sitting,
Yeah.
push out. Sometimes I would stand on a like a bar or something, so my feet are kind of dangling. My tippy toes are on it, but my back is dangling, so I can stretch and then go up.
Let me
Do
tell
that.
you, the secret to calves, only I've discovered it, is
Mhm.
not just the push up, hold down low, keep the
Uh-huh,
stretch. Jay
uh-huh.
Cutler reckons that's how they grew. by holding it down low
Hold it
on the
down.
stretch.
That's perfect for me. Yeah, I
Hold it
could do that.
longer. Hold it longer. You get bigger calves.
Because
Okay.
I guess it stretches it out, the blood flow.
Yeah, but everyone thinks it's the lift, but it's actually holding it down low. There's still power there. So do that, okay?
Yep, that's a good one.
What about the tibialis? It's the front of the calf, the front of the leg. Do you train that at all? You don't have to know anything.
Not really. No, I mean, I guess
That's all you can
walking,
say.
but no, no.
What about the glutes? Do you train the glutes, your backside?
Glutes? Yeah, glutes. I do hip extensions.
Hip extension. Oh yeah, the one
yeah.
where you push your legs out, Chris. What's that one? Abductor, the abductor machine, I think it's called.
Extensions and abductors. I do that, and
If you say you do hip thrust, you'll get 15 million people liking this.
yeah,
Not really. No,
but
just joking.
I also do a squats for glutes also, because then I squeeze up.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is awesome. Now we're coming to the part where I want you to tell the world, how can they find you? Where can they find Danny?
You can find me at Instagram, Danny's Recovery, YouTube, Danny's Recovery, or Danny Soltys, TikTok, Danny's Recovery. That's my 3 socials that I always post. Just I recover. That's my name right there. That's practically my life right there.
Well, man, I just want to say thank you so much. It's been a great podcast.
Yeah, it was, honestly. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I was a bit nervous, but it always leads up to I'm not nervous through the day, but it always leads up to the moment of the podcast, like the 1 hour before it started to get it. But I like it because it kind of is just like good practice for many more, So, and you're a really good sport. I appreciate,
Well,
go ahead.
Man, you're a good sport too. I really appreciate it. Look, I saw you on the side there on my socials, and I saw you doing the exercises you did, and you inspired not just me, yourself, but you reminded me of what inspiration is and who I am as a person. The video I saw when I was 24, a motorbike rider, possibly the same kind of mindset, an ethnic kid, their parents are migrants, all that kind of stuff. But I just, like I said to you, just remember this. My daughter, she's in performing arts. Whenever she's nervous, and I've heard this before from others, when you're nervous, it means a lot to you. It means you want to do a good job. That's why you're nervous. You're always going to be nervous. Just remember that. And that's because you care and you want to do a good job. If you didn't care, you'd be nervous.
Yeah. And, I obviously want to bloom more into the world and inspire so many people. So
if we can help, if I can help, if anybody, like I said, connect with us through socials, we can do a lot. Like I said, Chris is, a film guy like you, same age. You probably got a similar mindset. So I'm sure you two can get on, but I'm going to be in contact with you. And like 100%. I said, we'll talk more. So I just wanted to say thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much for everything, man.